Well, hey there, VC, and welcome back to my part 2 of my newest vinyl collection update. As I mentioned in my previous video, I've been buying too much, spending too much money lately, but I'll be set for winter, I guess, listening to records. This is part 2 from today's record show in Fredrikstad, my neighboring town. Each year they hold, twice a year, they hold a record show which I've been going to for I don't know how many years, for ages. And I managed to pick up some nice reissues and of course some delicious originals as well. What you're hearing in the background is an album I showed in my previous vinyl update video, Tramline, and the cover version of Rock and Roll Woman. To start off, we kick off with some Toe Fat. This is of course Lee Kerslake and Ken Hensley and John Glasscock's band of the Gods. They released 2 albums, and this is Midnight Sun BBC sessions. I guess this is on Vern, yes, that infamous Vern label who have specialized in releasing unreleased live tracks and radio recordings. I haven't had a chance to listen to this, but everything I've got from Vern so far sounds quite good, so I'm looking forward to spinning this one. And of course, Toe Fat were hard and heavy rock from the late 60s, early 70s, before Lee Kerslake and Ken Hensley joined forces in Uriah Heep. Psychedelic, acid folk, prog, I don't know what to classify. Shiva's headband, what kind of music that is. This is Take Me to the Mountains. Nice Akama reissue, even though Akama is a dodgy Italian reissue label. So, that's sealed, haven't spun this one yet either. Let's skip this one. Finally upgraded my copy of the Frigid Pink's second album, Defrosted. I have this from before, but with a sticker tear on the cover, which of course is very irritating. Quite nice condition. So now I have a copy for sale of Frigid Pink's Defrosted, UK Durham. If you notice, you American watchers, if you know this album, the US issue has some kind of silver foil going on, which the UK version didn't have. Next up to Japan, Hiro Yanagida, psychedelic progressive organ music. This is Far Out from I guess the early 70s. I haven't had a chance to listen to any of these reissues yet. This is an Absinthe reissue. The originals are of course rare as hen's teeth and expensive. Blues Creation, which I mentioned in my Japanese bands and albums under the radar. This time around with the vocalist Carmen Maki. Wonderful hard and heavy psychedelic blues. an English underground band. Oh no, they were French, I think. I don't know, but it's certainly excellent and cool. Resurrection of Vacation. This is a reproduction of an original private pressing from the early 70s. Very much like Cream and Jimi Hendrix when they were jamming. Wonderful low-budget, lo-fi production, reissued on the Lucky Pigs records. No, they were from Belgium. I'm talking out of my ass again. But this is really excellent, and they tried to track down a pristine copy of the original because the master tapes, of course, have gone missing, but they had to use some second generation tapes, I believe, for this one, but sounds scruffy and awesome. Some Italian prog, I think. Vox Dei, La Biblia, reissue as well on the Hi-Fly sound label. Well, that's the reissues. I'm just skipping through, so you have time to do something else than watching my boring ass videos. A couple of originals which I picked up today. A Dutch band. I'm a big fan of Group 1850, as you might know, and this is a new acquaintance recommended by one of the vendors I know, and this is an awesome progressive blues psych band called Mr. Albert Show. This is their first self-titled album, flimsy paper cover, very fragile. This is so good, so good. Melodic, hard, unique, and still the same. You feel like you heard some of it before. It's just excellent. On the Philips label. Funky in some places, avant-garde in some places, blues rock in some places, psychedelic in some places. Just a mixed bag of awesome stuff. Everything I like put into one record. This is their second album from 1971, I think, called Warm Motor. I love these covers. Warm Motor by Mr. Albert Show. So if you think my description sounds intriguing, go and check out Mr. Albert Show. And if you don't like it at first, give them a chance, because they're very eclectic. The sound changes throughout the records. Well, my first ever original New Zealand record, Human Instinct, and their second album from 1970, Stoned Guitar. And my god, this is stoned guitars, yes. Brilliant, fussed out, acid, hard and heavy blues rock, psychedelic as heck in some places. Just awesome to get my hands on this one. On the Ear label, which is a subdivision of Pi Records. If you haven't heard the Human Instinct, go check out either of their albums. I think they released 2 or 3 albums. This is, as mentioned, their second one. And to find an original New Zealand copy here in Norway, well, I guess it's thanks to the globalization of our society. I'm stoked to have this in my collection, and I had to pay up for it. as you can imagine. Well, last up for this video is an album I've shown before, but then I show the American original issue, and I come to realize that the single disc US version has been edited down to fit a single LP when it was originally released as a double disc set in the UK. And I'm talking about Julian's Treatment and their only album A Time Before This. An excellent psychedelic proto-prog sci-fi piece with Julian J. Saverin, the later to become a sci-fi novel writer, quite successful as well, I have read, on the Hammond organ, drenched in Hammond organ, thundering bass and drums, awesome vocals, female vocals, and blistering guitar work here and there on the original Youngblood label. If you haven't checked out Julian's Treatment or heard about it, go and check it out on YouTube. The whole album is there. Oh my god, I'm so happy to finally have the original UK issue of this. So this is unfortunately a top dollar album, but the US issue is quite affordable. Most of the music is there. They have just snipped out bits and pieces, a second verse, a second chorus, just to size it down to one album. Well, I'll leave it at that. If you have watched both my videos, thank you so much for keeping me company. I don't know when I'll do my next update. I have to cool down on my record buying for some time, but I think I'll do a live stream listening session like I did a couple of weekends back. I've been really enjoying the 2 live stream listening sessions I've had, interacting with you guys. So if I'll do one in the near future, I will announce it. So hopefully you can set aside some time to join in and interact with me and the other VC members. But until then, stay tuned, have a nice evening, and bye for now.
See her.